It is 96.3 Access FM. Today happens to be the 12th of October 2022, just 3 days after Independence celebrations. Good evening, listener. You are most welcome for our program, that is the Education Forum, which runs every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. And every Saturday we make sure at least we bring you different guests so that they can talk about issues concerning education, and we see how together we can change some of these. Especially, I told you that this program is for all of us. Whether you're a farmer, whether you're a parent, you are a school going, and maybe you are a leader in the community, it is our responsibility to make sure that their children have attained education. On Independence Day, I was impressed when I went to Onduparaka at Elifura Stadium, and I found more than 100 schools representing. So I said, we still have children in school. So that one gave me a good impression that with education, our future is still there. But now, how do we maintain these who are there? And how do we attract those who have gone out of schools? In the studio, I have the woman member of parliament, Arua district, who sits also on the committee of education, that is at parliamentary level, and also she's here to talk to us, as a mother, as a leader. It has been a while since you were here talking about issues of education. You're welcome.
Thank you,
yes,
moderator. My name is Paparu Lilian Obiele. I'm the woman member of parliament for Arua district.
Thank you so much. Arua district, we are just 3 days from the Independence Day. Let me hope, since your mother, your children ate meat. When I talk about your children, Arua district is your child.
Yes, yes.
Let me hope they ate meat.
They did.
If you did not eat meat, you will call here. Since here. Where was the celebration of Arua district? You do it rotation.
Yeah, for me personally, I do it rotational. 2021 was literally eaten by COVID.
Yes.
So 2022, I was in Logiri sub-county. Last year, I was in Ajia sub-county. So this year, I went to Arua sub-county.
Okay.
Hopefully next year, I will be in Vora sub-county.
Okay.
But the district leadership joined the people of Vora sub-county to celebrate together with them.
Okay.
But as a mother, normally what I do is at least I make my humble contributions
to every
across the sub-counties and a fair one to where I celebrate.
For you, still okay.
So,
you have only 4 sub-counties.
Yeah, we have 4 sub-counties, but very big ones. Actually, our sub-counties in other places are even bigger than a constituency.
True.
So, that is the dilemma in which we are. It also has its disadvantages because these days resources are distributed using administrative units.
True.
So, for us, when there are resources, they say it should go to sub-counties. Actually, as the people of Arua district, we benefit less.
What were the findings when you were for independence celebrations in Arivu? What did you notice there?
It was a very colorful day. Arivu sub-county hosts Bondo Army Barracks.
Yes.
So, at times Independence Day, one of the signing things is the parade.
True.
So, we have Bondo Army Primary, we have Bondo Army Secondary.
Yeah.
So, these people, they were able to support the younger ones on how to parade.
True.
So, we had the scouts. We had the patriotic, clubs in the schools. So for me, the marching, the parade was very colorful, and it made the day, stand out. And then we had a number of women groups who also joined in uniforms, almost competing with the young ones. So for me, there were a lot of presentations, skits, drama, poems, very educative poems. So we had a wonderful day, cultural dances. So it was good. It was good, and of course we told the people there will still be more Independence Days coming.
True.
So that evening, let them protect their lives and eat minimally and also protect the young ones. Yeah, we didn't want to see. So since then, I've not had a very negative impact of, there are sometimes the following days after festive seasons, you hear nasty things. even to the extent of people losing their lives. But at least in Arua district overall, we have not had that.
Yes, and even according to research, we have found out that such a kind of enjoyment and entertainment is one which keeps learners in the schools. Because when they come and they enjoy, you see even women who are putting on uniforms, meaning they have also gone back to school. Yes, back to our today's discussion, and we are discussing issues of education. We want to tackle at least 2 or 3 key issues. One, recently you were the chief guest of the Teachers' Day, which is celebrated every October 5th in Arua City at OPM grounds, where Arua district jointly celebrated with Arua City. And there are a number of issues which were raised by the teachers. Yes, how do you plan to handle or to tackle some of these issues as a member of parliament? 2, as a region, West Nile. 3, as one of the people who sit on education committee in parliament. Let us begin it from there.
Well, that's a heavy one. Yes, on 5th, that was the other Saturday, there was the celebrations of World Teachers' Day. Actually, it was not just a national event. So Uganda had their celebrations nationally, but normally districts. At district levels, teachers are allowed to organize and celebrate. So normally, Arua City and Arua District have been organizing it together, because remember, when we see the teachers' union organizations like UNATU and what, the establishment still captures the other Arua, meaning leaving Arua City and Arua District still together. But for me, it is something good. We are still one. So last year they actually celebrated it in Evora at Eruba Primary Grounds. So this time it was celebrated in the city at OPM grounds there, and they invited me as the chief guest. A number of issues were raised, as you have said. One concern was about the salary disparity. Now we all know that the science teachers are getting more money than the art teachers, more than half. That is how big the gap is, and we also know that is mostly in from secondary going forward, because in primary and nursery, somehow teachers almost cover all the subjects. And what is also unique is that when you are an administrator, like if you're a deputy or the head teacher, whether you're science-based or arts, you will earn the money in the structure for the teachers. I mean, for the head teachers. So this alone is bringing a lot of concerns, because the art teachers were like, I mean, especially in O level, there's no way you're going to segregate the teachers, because the students actually are covering a number of subjects. They also said for you to pass in first grade, actually you must have passed English. And now the English teacher is still paid low, and the math teacher and other science teachers are paid high. More. So this alone has brought a lot of concerns. One, we also know the teachers, other than being in the teachers' union together, now the science teachers have formed their own union. And for me, I was telling them, what does this mean? You know, divide, and it is almost becoming, when you're divided, then you're not going to lobby, you're not going to have a common voice. But what is also interesting is that now that the science teachers are earning better pay, some of them have got too excited that after teaching for 3-4 years, and when for them, like in the past, they had already taught for some years, when they have covered more than 10 years, many of them are going for early retirement. And the current law allows a person to ask for an early retirement. Denying them is almost, you're infringing on somebody's rights. Yet the purpose of this increment, of course, it was a directive by the president, and the cabinet approved it, because these are policy matters. These are not issues of law. The Education Act, gives powers to the minister to introduce programs or policies or guidelines that he or she sees fit to improve that sector. In this case, we're talking about education. So this early retirement, because now most of these teachers, if you retire, early retirement, actually you can get a gratuity of close to 180 million. So they are saying, okay, I can go and invest this money, but besides that, they are still marketable in the private schools. So this is again raising an alarm to the government or to the ministry. Now, the teachers were talking about also the poor infrastructure, the teacher housing, the teach issues of transport within the schools, a lot of things that are affecting the good or conducive environment for learning. Many in the USE, they are saying the classrooms probably are not enough, the furniture not being enough. But yes, I agree with them. There are challenges of infrastructure in the schools. But when you look at what the schools had and what we have now, we know that there is improvement. And the improvement, of course, is not uniformly across. There are some areas or regions that have better structures. And why do some regions have better structures? If we look at West Nile alone, when you look at schools like Ombachi Secondary, with well-formed old students, some of them are actually giving back to their schools, improving the school environment. We have heard of the school where His Excellency the President studied from. That is in Tare. They have put up structures, OBs, all the students putting up structures. So that is where there are a lot of disparities coming along that. When I was asked what is going to happen, how is this going to, how is the ministry or government trying to see to it that issues of salary disparity, or what is the future for the teacher? Because teachers are very important people in our lives. When we look at the history, when we were going to school, actually all of us, when they would ask you, who do you want to be? Because the only close role model you would see was a teacher. All of us were like, we would be teachers. Because the teachers were very responsible. They were the educated people around. So all of us wanted to be teachers. So the question is, what happened? What happened is the question. So the other dilemma we saw was that teachers are taking a lot of responsibilities from their extended families, from the communities. Because we all know when your child lives or stays with the teacher, that child stands an opportunity to perform well in class and to pass. So when you go to the homes of teachers, you find there are many children that are not only their biological children, but children of relatives. So one was like, okay, you take all these responsibilities, but at the end of the day, how then do you plan for your retirement? That was another issue that we tackled. So coming to how this will improve, what are the opportunities or what are the plans? As you said, I sit in the Education Committee, Education and Sports Committee in Parliament. The ministry has already tabled the Teachers' Bill. The Teachers' Bill is looking forward to establishment of a Teachers' Commission. We have Uganda Law Society Commission. We have medical doctors, associate professional. For teachers, yes, once you graduate or once you attain a certificate at whichever level, you go and register, you get a certificate. But there's no body where they go and register the way other professions register. For the other professions, the lawyers, the doctors, when they register, and automatically you see when they want to lobby or advocate for salary increment, it is now this body that stands for this profession to negotiate. Probably, if this body for teachers was there, having a teachers' commission, probably the issue of salary disparities and what would not have come.
Okay.
So there's a teachers' bill that is being tabled. It has a number of good ideas, but it also has some ideas which, as members of the committee, we felt needs to be revised. Because one, in that bill, they are saying every teacher must be a graduate. meaning whether you're a nursery teacher, a primary teacher, a secondary teacher, the minimum qualification must be that you must have a degree. So the question was, right now there are teachers who have upgraded, very many of them, from certificate to diploma, from diploma to having degrees. Until now, government has not even absorbed all of them. So we are saying, what is this move, this rush that everyone must have a degree? So we are asking the questions, if you want everyone to have a degree, what about those ones who have already qualified? So we are also connecting to the other professions. Yes, for you to be a lawyer, a professional lawyer, their minimum is you having a degree with even the BACOS. But then they have still courses for diploma. They have courses where people go and do certificates. So why should it be mandatory for the teachers to have degrees? So those are the things we want the bill to address. And we think when this bill is in place, the issue of regularizing the salaries will come to play. And I think the commission will be one body. And we are saying, if the teaching is supposed to be a profession, because for lawyers, whether you have read up to PhD, you subscribe and you're called a lawyer. The different positions of whether you're now a magistrate, whether you're a judge, comes after. But for us right now, for teachers, if we ask, is the professor a teacher? Is the lecturer a teacher? Can the professor want to look at the primary teacher as also a teacher as a profession? So these are things that need to be looked into. And for me personally, as a member of the committee, I think if this bill is improved from the way it should not be the way the minister put it, if it is improved, probably it may help to solve some of these gaps. On the issue of
poor infrastructure,
when we look at the classrooms that we used to enter in,
yes,
when we were in primaries, for me personally, I first started studying in Anju Primary School. And for us, every weekend, when it is Friday, you study up to lunchtime. In the morning, you would have carried cow dung, so that in the afternoon, you smear your classroom. And our forms, they would construct, and then there would be one small timber put on top.
Yeah.
And that is where you would sit. So you would smear. Some of the roofs were grass touched, others were mabati. And then I moved to Ekara Cafe Primary, and those were the giant schools with Denivora. You as a divine money let yo a tourist in Baba in it yo evil odu and Baba village in Zizuri City. Kina Amadi Tipika Rudi, a lady sassy, yo and Zivile de Koraini, as the Amavile Silu, a dance and you sizu. Embata zio kutsi, mi mvani embata that I mazi for Kuemi. Teddy yosa mana as well anyare. E wunde ni disasa ale wa rorisi ba di onzuru bonzo andre sawa betoni su anzibe rezo dini anze mbazo dini ko so eyo de woro mvi embaba madre anze madriza akanzi kwa kwedi anzi kakie tiongo toria dusidini mvani modu kongwa klasia so midine teri embape intelezo mve mbazo mvama agani alare eredita ambamba. So you were maneleba emini lubaratisi yodi my dear day.
Thank you so much, our D4. Yes, and listener, you have just joined us. The program is Education Forum, and in the studio we have the woman member of parliament, that is Vura. I mean, no, not Vura, rather Arua district, but the residual Vura area.
Yes.
Yes, and she's here. When she reaches parliament, she sits on education committee, and she recently was the chief guest when it came to Teachers' Day celebration for both Arua district and Arua city. And what you have just heard her talking about, those are some of the key issues that raised, that were brought out during the celebrations. And we wanted to see maybe it was like testing whether she picked them serious or she just came and just did a celebration that day. We are 21 minutes to the top of the hour. That is the hour of 7 p.m. and still discussing the issues. When you see issues of education, they say if you want to kill a nation, first kill the education system. And when it comes to our region here, we have found out that those days we used to treasure in education, but people now are losing interest in education. As you have already said that in a Kara Cafe, in Anju Primary, you used to see even to carry cow dung. I don't think that today children can carry the cow dung to go and see a class where they are going to sit and so on. Yeah, but recently you came with an education, the education team, that the committee which sits on education. They were within West Nile here, and in particular Arua district, Madiokolo, and also some other places within here. You moved around. One, we would wish to know what were your findings when you moved, and how do you intend to address those issues you found out in those areas. Then two, decisions you are going to take them concurrently. In 2020/2021, when you were campaigning, you emphasized so much in your manifesto on the issues of education, improving education standards. How far have you done that in Arua district? These two issues, you'll take them concurrently. And I even would request you use it, because now these are community concerns, you use the local language so that these people can understand you once. And also maybe you will give a summary in English for our brothers and sisters who may not understand local language, especially the persons of concerns in refugee camps, and also some other people who live within West Nile and they don't understand, since we are covering the whole of West Nile. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm glad that you've permitted me to speak more in Lubarati, which is good for me. Modipi Lubara kaniko mabele masuru West Nile ade azini vini ba vorade. Moderator zidia matia kini yo ogogodi wiki towiazia alidibo amemwandra dia committee education ya DPE atizo West Nile dia yo onitavlere kinezo ada amemwandra mante yo borle ma committee education and sports vele da malia amemwandra dia askuni budget ma process ni adansi edobo budget conference national level, regional level ki baby ki ye. So normally budget ma process ni doria bale yuazi bavu akui malia dia kan ku community malia dia yo e waro sector di malia dia diniar bale yine aya bale vini yo anda bani sende fezubo di sende de financial year kan ku ile agapi bodar velere bani fe de mazi ayunda dinia. So amemwenda dia amundra mun university emi ba mupi darade enezo azi mun university da basi ya ade seli suili to ibo zo di basilu ira ba ko ida adi yoniare amemundro ne sende ni rengwaya ba de kwa diosia yo de ler na ne fe ba ni fa zo da ler ma dei kilili anze mayo ani beni ayamun university ndere erenga university api angere kone bale ndani anzi FIP university malia de edengopi yemanambe edengopi amebi na university da mavu dia but e kanzi West Nile di okuda sieridu ye were mine anzi ngapi amadzirani ya Sudani adi dangiri bazi di yebelevini nga Kampala sidile yimu university di malia te ale yodini eli academic year kan kweli onitavelo de malia Mary anzi amavu West Nile de fi dangiri te yo number na azu angirire mun university do programu bani degree kan ku banu ku fe ma career pile ngoni dale embaba velere do andi number di tudi angiri yodase skulu azi danda mani muzu di yanda vora kan kwa Arua district ya azidi andra madi okolwa azidi andra nebia so madi mutuni yonze school andra mani muzwale ni awere Arua district ade malia temani oborle mani re committee da malia rsi ame bindra ba amavile district ade be school de ke mapo temani yoborle vora ni amalu sub county su te sub county de ambo sub county amavu de mazi pari azidia yi constituency ruadule azidi ata almost ya dance district le so amani amawe dilo sub county de besu aya paris amavile yi kalina duniri teka paris de mazi idunga paris anyavoler village mudrini oromi paris da dai pari azidia anyavoni te da dance sub county ru paris kile ajono pile didi yite da dance sub county ru so midine gamete yongoni paris alo alovosi skulu ma alo gamete yovini ngoni gamete yo andra korese lemva gari ni murie skulu ma mu pase maga kilomita towini ko aya emu vini yongoni da mavuti yakini sadisi le mva mamuta danse pasi skulu maga kilomita irialibe ko so ekadine sade siria amavele vora dia parsi di woro yevele primary school chi aya mede kan empiru ekalemu lobbying ye kan ko ekale yo mafe mini school dika toni yo zile mitiere mevele parsi ngoria school yonia so amemu diandra district leadership be LC5 chairperson P DEO P ngoni amemu ngoni akine ba manenga distance parsi de maloro maliare parsi ambodi de skulu de rengwa parsi de mati dongwa de ingwa aya ba memeza parsi de ma distance de dere alota nyavo pe ajonobe batika distance duria eka idunga nyerevo parsi ni anda jia eka ruko baro ne do eke mu de pere almost arrivo vodia baka yo skulu dalo etekene anzi eto actually mu skulu yi distance mu ercha kilometer mudra eka o level parisi ni du eka village o moa o level adale ridu mvani mu skulu awali o primary etekene vada ni eto kilometer cover erimudri ni agara so amo binda diba district ya didebe afadi calculate so memu di afadi du ake adzidi ayongoni akini amavile yes amavile paris alwa school tiada ta amavile paris didi mazidi ambo anzi mu pasi sukulu kilomita mudri mvane veni kilomita mudri ekanga na mvane muria pasi kilomita mudri mvana andengopi mvane lota skulu mvane lo mandofo mvane mvi mvane tandeza so midine yo didini mva momi te dido yezu nita eyo bane mbade bezu yimadre kan ko mvane ta skulu leti anjaziri ta skulu sesu danisu lesson to kodi dia dance bo aya eyo divine man lezo mi na wad for fezuri emini neria skulu dide mazi emi vilanze ni reto emi do skulu community school emi sini so ekadine olupi parisia okazara primary niti te ba anguru edi ba side daleleru de edo anguru community school aya alo te die mini yo o level parisi madria dire azia sub county village ni yewere te rezaro we ha afa awalio primary ndati te ba tere hills ya da omoma village omo adaleru de malia edo school aya school azi eka na mavwe wa parisi adia be don mbadere ko community school logiria community azide edo school vora sub county adia community azide edo school so amali nda analysis the area amu di for lobbying akin badidi ayo vini ba district adi esivini waraga adini esi waraga ministry emikopi waraga PSA vo so school community school dadai gamete ni du ba di yongoni coding gamete kadi community school e codibo esekene gamete ndi school di du eto de anenge do school di si erede embaba school di mahali ade do fe esekene gamete ndi school di du so a fenda school almost azia aziri ngazo amavele voradia kan ko Arua district yadia te bazi de din daleven yivuru ferisi aya bazi de yivure e wani yore sawa andra pani parisi azidi ulizu disi bazi di suenda ima parisi ira so parisi odi dada e kamini yo mavele parisi yanga school yodini gamete ni daduko e ka yo mavele sub county dira askone ba yo vini ngoni senior sub county alwaluvo sichi ayote mini amavolo amani sub county yifisi yilu ifisu aya amavele sub county nde sudidi yimalia dance woro gametema school chi so e kadibele na analysis di ye e ka analysis di ye e media distance da ambamba school azikani bele bani to efedi e to yo maybe zanji ma school e kan amavele logri sub county ndu anya voniti then logri girls nichi aya amembo vina nda analysis da ye education office be ba amavele Arua district ya de be population yeni neria emu vura sub county nikin population de rambo population de ta dansa a county of its own or a district of its own aya community of school community na nda do da nere wazi okufura duvini aya sada safe secondary school maruiri eka ajie sub county ndu gamete vile school rirengwa ero choko modanya ochoko modan lu vo chokwade lu goli e makalade teka dinga ajie sub county ndu e dozo aya temani oborle olevu matie siria remember gamete ma school deke ya dance yo school deke day school ni eka lemi mva ba boarding yara mi ofe mi tipikaro so ochoko modan nurudwa ameme kinda de analysis da hakin be dole yedi e choni mu pere skulu di mali orudu ako kilomita de ambamba ba diedi e do ajia secondary school ni ti e skulu organized ni te alenia e yodi e tekini mbaba dadi tipike yo feni classroom tako so amani ndalere and 11 yo emini dini amani voraru kani ku Arua district sasa CPD ro ame benefit ninga CD school seko so amani ndra right up da mekere ayonda ngoni bate ajia secondary ni du batani at least vora kani ku Arua district CP sasa malia CD school esu CD school andra ko ripi mupi denga ma Arua mboro maliare kani bande da dai ndra da wazor seganda de vora dole ale amavu nidi ni yorsia kane ngoni yani city school da itendra mu Arua mapati azedia so city school lindra vora pire atena mani city school su alodene ko remember city school iri school sasi gamete ni ndra le si etetaro school ma atengoni are askuni city school wa eyo laboratory eyo library eyo embaba majo ba school si kilili ba school si complete te amani voraro ame benefit ninga city school de seko amani de belana andra afadi siria alanda ajia secondary school ni te de cha city school ro because you ala ibedare yivele ango initi ango angere te season de malia kan ko financial year ebp agape da azena amana azwale ni ade malia batenindra school odi duko city school anda bani nga sadi CCD badu andre ire tamu parliament okoda vorse so ama itabe project as USEP as you gift part 2 ni emu be yo ni project di madriradi ama itabe at least documentation as G secondary vora irikililibo kanisa be ba yo andra kanisa ma enze angu parisi ochoko ajie parisi menze angu erinile ajie secondary school vore eringopia community da dairira yo da daira title ngate ni yo bati agreement da eriti askoni doria yo city school vile di pari zidia yo da dailendre ye yedi ango me yo eresa sopo anguru ni dati so amadia itabe project man yo irididi ma phase 2 ke mura ama itabe ama nga city school azia alo dini lete ama mesura so okofra secondary ni gamete du divini bo askoni nekindra anzi manamba school da maliadi ayodin rangoni anzi amavu didi yima parents yo amana azwaleni adi eyo sende suzu de waro at least gamete kate school di du kecho anzi mafizi embaba mafi send ofera kangani cho jo azi si dara erita ninga amuke so already yodini at least progress dere amani emeke bori so itursi de amani muzursi amu perengwa anguru primary askuni teman yoborle anguru primary ndini gamete dura oduda se amani muzursi balendra embaba banindra yoba fedi eta di boya amesunda diterenda si ba yonda process embaba da di vleri service commission Arua vleri ni erenga eyoda ye so anguru primary finance ye di malia sende yezu classroom block azi sizu eriti sende yezu latrini amaba vuradi amavele local platform imalia you remember amadrezi banda amani picture kane ko photo latrini anzinayo anguru primary are erindra mindrero so ba ye mutoro ni si zanzini ba ye mutoro ni si agupianzini ba ven toro ni si embaba ninde so yo azidi embaba vile ofisi ngone ngonda dare ama itabe woro ke mu finance ye dermalia ko finance ye durmalia eringe mura embaba ki ba ye post da ena manoro mi akani mudrina alwani bani ani atidi dozo askuna nguru primary sad siri atani ngapere P7 yako hadi osire classroom yanda dayo afazidi diandra school de chone ndra for deko eyo okubade de ni di ozo P1 2 3 4 5 ma anga tiri anzi mapani diani drombasi yimapaka dibele no mbabo ididriko mu perengwa okazara so ama di awadi fofe bana nguru primary durarse teman yoborle school esikinga mingi community school tetere hills le ngoni tale yo emini dini lobbying diri ewani riwereti ekamiomi didi ayu didi rame succeed yozu distance me yoserse azidi mi succeed emidi ngoni emi population askuno ko furana ba yonda vorasini ne dati beto di school azife da ngoni ria be mu population vora sub county vilerne asiki di nira pari azidia sub county manamba yelo population ne ro de pika ne ko baleni ade lo de pipate de re na ambu almost pari azidia na pari azidia sub county azide fina amabu sub county alormalia temani yoborle adia secondary ni ameri iyamake seed school ni ama munguzi ama itabe yozokini mungu kalera opportunity da kate mura amunda azini Arrivo secondary ni skulu apiteli kalishu bore Arrivo secondary pia dan state skulu nyanere diofe pie skulu ande dopi drodada ipie.
Yes, it is 3 minutes past the hour of 7 p.m. And listener, thank you so much. If you have just joined us, we are for Education Forum program where we discuss issues affecting our education system in Uganda, in Arua, in your village. And we have the guest today, the woman member of parliament, Arua district, and she's telling us so far what she has lobbied for us as West Nile, as Arua, because I know a school in Ajia can be of an advantage of a child who is coming from Yumbe. Because we have studied from different schools. You see, some people prefer, somebody says, my child is very stable, let him take him to, that is a place, their children I found in, is it called Ogoko, the secondary school. I was like, you people, you are from Arua, why are you here? That they said, here we shall settle. Yes, you are still explaining to us. You can continue, but we wanted you to just take water and you continue.
Thank you.
But when it reaches around 20 minutes, we shall open our lines so that we can also, you can also talk to us and we know maybe what, what have you picked and what you have not understood. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I will shift back to Lubarati.
Continue.
Bazi tevin duama kine mavile manifesto andra yo onitavile erinde da yo adani alu eyo belene mani muzu parliament ya mani muzu rizu committee education village and sports veler maliare eri eyo mani nizura amavile vuradia eyo onitavile malia yo waru retreri askuni ekari committee dalere malia miani eyo imavuti odro yo mini le ma ya ire atili mi ana ada mi draw nesi dire bakwa disia mi draw kala no kosi mi draw jotile ne kosi tebele na ne man yo borle afawere amani su gamete vudu anguru premandra dudi okofurani bo ama dinga paria zi devor terre reani akani recommittee da malia mani yonde da ina ndire yo anda mavele manifesto onita velere amani nezuria amavele vura yo onita ezanze velere mombo erewere aga agupi anzivorera yone alenia yo ezanze rudina azu weredi yitre onita amavele malia anzi even muskulu anzi de skulu koro anzi fu skulu werse anzi fu pi skulu de si body azidi mu agupia azidi awi akua yadi yario kan kwito mu agupia yemvi akua so mani dandra mavele manifesto ayo andra manga support were andi mo ku yo mavele program malia afa mechoni ba woro voradi odzaku yo aziti matega metevo ma yo gamete meta amani diniri ye date de amani yo minze kan kumi follow gamete nani kan skulu didu ngoni deleri bati yo aziti yo andra bangani itete gamete voko ama emipie baka driti tuelu baka fa were roba tuelu becho yo dide yera ando korsi asi andra manga le ba me mobilize ba me do education fund trust vura manifesto wodi rorse emiazi be ba se amavu vura de pie amobi do yodi de nze te yodi de ba ni nzeria ba nteleria ba ma yodi ni ba ma yedi ni remalia azin soku be toni di yega line aluru madreko mani da chizurose arimu akene amade akaka ne baki drifu ba pie paris yani kani ku villages village amavele vorade wara ikane ku yambu village azidi malia akui torwazia azidi malia akui ata torwaro akinanda bapini akutuwaro didi bakatenga yo mbalo aluvuse bama balo silinga ale fo alo mbalo aluvuse village alo deler mbalo aluvuse akuelo lo mafesilinga ale fo alo so sendere baka fa ale fo alo bo mva agapi village di mali alar ama bani mva di matipe muskulwa te amani ni borle yo azusase amavu community responsibility kan ko ba me chite dri woro anze mazakokozo kan ko anze di woro amanere amavu vore yo di dradra anda dor samana ka muskulwa mimu e kado mu paso giriani aguti me na fedare yo decide ade mazi e mu muskulwa ko adiose mi do sadia e katele dili yo media de ye te sadi si balo alo vele mvari eri ima ngokote so memu ndadi ayonda ngoni akinanda anzi amavila mana ku yepi muke wereradi amanga driti ima tipika ndada dai keto anzi di ofe kwani amangani make isua anzi di mamuskulu wara askoni ka percentage amavu anzi P7 repi aga kitera lete mamu siniara te fiza kosi cho mukodi yepe azin sa ku alor mali akadi okune zanvati agupie mvati ba yo zanvadi emudinga skulu edika mi edri madro dinga musiba ngoni eyo dada ya mavoti so ayo ndadi ngoni afa were mani su mavele salary ru ngoni anire ma party azigane manga ba manga moku yoda yoba pini ngoni anguka eni kaka mazi dini kadumada sibiri na echo angonera so modo dadari ayo ndadi ngoni aka village aziaya paris aziani zanva zidu alwani aka echo ere support mamu skulu ara ale da kaduma anguinir malia zama nda dalere ka skulu la kange mwifo bazi ru community da maliara manga adiza bazi ni tozo angonezo rari askono bazi bimazi medi bo fe mingo fesia so alandro ye meni dini afadi ara ale mane kadu ango kabini titi kaduma kaduma da ne belene fe bana sudini manangura So edozu amane fizu anzi repi 2021 sidi. You remember 2022 si COVID dire anzi reki andrako. Me du anda izanzi si azia. Ape imati. Ba mani dudi yi alo mi sukulu la UPE ma skulu. Skulu ndere milangwa vora sub county. UPE vora sub county. Aya me vene mva dirima tipika ani azi kani gamete ni aya kani NGO ni aya kani ko ye biasara azi bani ni ra trading center doria wa dia ni biasara re yo muke yer malia re eko. So mi dine ando korsa yo ndangoni manga anzi ngap UPE di malia agapi first grade yer du te eli agapi didi zanvazi ripi UPE maskulu vora agapi first grade yani yo hallelujah mini dini. So me mu beleni yo de pushi second grade. So ame do de beleni agu ye piti karengoi ame mu di yerale askuni medelo sub county e kado lelo griaba zidu zanva ye pi moke aya ati anemba piniko andre anemba piniko kan ko civil servant niko kan ko ani business yako kan ko nga azi NGO be korengoi askuni kavini du yere toni anzinda didi agapi school ya village ya UPE dai ma tipika mabari askone bata de azingapi de yevelanze de toni private school yevelanze de toni vini school wa town ya dolelero. So abanda de amani yoda clear result ke fodini ama normally afadiki scanning anzi seto anda mani duo kodi totoni ye ma result ma ombosia kaningoni yani anzindade mabari ba dimitingwa ama vele school wa vorada. So me dina zanze didi toni school wa logir girls ya da kani I think logir girls ya mo a mad of around 10 or 11 azidi bondo SS ya yi dina guri matifika be yelete yevele mvadi ma mungwa aya set azi memudu ma send off 60%. My parents ki send off 40% and they amaguri midimi vele 40% na sira kaka ayo ndo tipika de finale ne mani bazini ngazo mvadi dozo school wersi yo uma dem pipir to ken varo ofeni and it's only fees do ofeko. So badi normally yidi vele sender si silipu niji madema vorsi amade silipu di eti te yo di nanzi di ma pocket money ya yi moto ta muzu school area ngoni ayo mani school administration pini ere responsibility anzini matipika vleri temani yoborle eli ndo korsi adu anzi azia elimu bi 2022 adu anzi towi 2023 fipi dinga eli desi sini alwadi anzi vene azia. So set azidi temani yoborle set ndo kodi arofe 100% aya seti number CD number na CD be ma 60% of my parents 40% of so anzi didi ye ame ye spread mante yo aziare etekini sub county sudi bazi di sundra alwalo beridi esuiriri eliduria mevene meza so that ima number ni ana uniform so dadi yo were mani yo ma nif ye community ni da anitem ma rolo empiru reko tema community member ni and all even yo dini seti anzi mani red off edi medon in off edema parliament yako manzi azi sasiti university da anda were mani do e mazako okoriki. So temani yo borle kweso nazi de a family yedi mefio anzi voradia yere alifalo ikadili duele nazi ere ngoni dadare ma suru temani yo borle amalu etopiradi kate kadumazi gagani i bako kudi onyate ekane yere mi fodini mi ga electricity te mirwo anguni diworo dini kwe toti baka o gaga paribani to izo diara eriba maza kora. So ma itabe ezanzi ndedidi yi perform ala unfortunately along the way me luziri adiosi pregnancy case me yose but azenda mani luzi seti mani duo koriare osimvabo ayo ngoni mago skulu ala war for fe administration ni logrigal zarne ha iri back and say to skulu ebo as kuna yongoni keserani ezanzi maruo ereti afadi de ku mwani bosirile ovonte man yore yinanzi suzu drore era alade neko so talent that I say initi so that day yo were money ye education masai diare anzi azite de money yo yi muskulu ayote de ezanzi anzi de malia anzi na extra ziti eyi agupianzi yevele kese sirki ki ndas peso aziri disability be but mvazo ndwaro ni ama driti irma tipika pie amero fe skulu azini vini special case ruchi dima ati pidra andri berito mvazo ondwaro ni so metonda dia hallelujah zanzi ika ngone ko special cases diti mine ba kezi mivo midewe yo kere enda dere mavene de nda ba mami mvadima afa eri skulu madani skulu ra bate dia zefo pede abanda vini mavele manifesto endi ma plan ando kormani bizo azingazu NGO pierce megandra metonga lobbying azi ye maybe chozo muzu group de ki support izo ngoni mo bitema ni project azi were ni sera tebani ni borle lobbying at times mitoni result ni mini leri esu choti ko so mo biandra ezanzi idu ma trading center yi emapo trading center de malia ba azi bongo so pia lani ka ati oni di bongo so zabo ma ezanzi du alu yerieni ma tachi agu de lervo teme yeni tarane ze me yena fa bongo lezu makasi ni ya material azi werene yeni dozo ima life yeni dozo afadi onizu and the material gada sekani nga afoni boka bongo so yi dozi yani ngedo yo yini cho ye yisir ale yo dini sende kateda amavuti project bani afonizu hands on dadar askoni didirini mama sini ni je choti so that mite tailor yo nipiri e ka yo mato dini agundere medo to ivoda bemba ta de mbapire normale ma yini sabuni fewere mbalo alo si ina ne mani ezanzi didi embazo ezanzi dadai change azi aka fili anai kosi moza bazi maruera erebele ni seti awaradai ani mingi ko harandalu yidu par salur malia lu ir so mani dadari ezanzi didi yo yini yedi azidi ata sase yima nani ze material so mani bongo efe yozo awadi foro so temani yoborle dadi bele ni kaduma were bani cho o i bapi meselia rari yo te di unitavler mazi ma yo socio economic transformation velere ma group azi iti amaisi
because now why socio-economic transformation comes in
to education actually that's how I'm trying to link it.
How are we going to make sure that they remain in schools? That comes to socio-economic transformation.
Yes.
How are the families where they are coming from? They can be able to get food, they can be able to eat and remain at school.
Yes.
That is it.
So eyo socio-economic transformation madamantele yori eyo diraba vinanda ma manifesto ayondra odzata bani chozo bo odzazo eyo akuerisi bati eyo vini sende vile kan ku yo lonye vile rese bana ningazo eyo familia kan ku akuerpi maza kozure eyo de malia maybe group yisi maybe amasi group rale de man yo dini azidi parsia azidi market vendor zero askuni yo diare teman yo borle balu echoni yo di ye woroko beri echoni yo di ye woroko bati mva ma responsibility mbare eradini eritipikane etekene odzata ka akwoti yo azi sende suzuni kan ku giriko sende suzuni ka akwoti angerengere ka akumali ayo bayani basi bayani etu azinga azidrisirenga bana fesu etekene betwani anzima unita mazakora so eyo mani group di disizuri temani yoborle maybe anda zinga organization be alo ayondra marvelous slogan iri tu alo amoporo mama no kyo ba pini aziezi mane to ye masidi ni yo aka temu ko sifa emida e ka temi tra e ka ko sifa de ba ko e ka mo mveko meso temu aziezi kanisa ni ngako so group de ayondra aralo mane ko de ma leaders o kudu leru de elusi wana ma leadership structure de me yomve ama female councillors parisi adebe askune ama woro leaders oko iveleri and bazi de okumazi alenda de oko ikadi si amoku yo oko ere akuni so oko ere akuni oko na afagari akuni suni and the meto ndavini ba woro isikure afande madrie gari meto ndani group woro esapoteko askune moku yo bapini alene mana enzo baniko me yo mani bare mani planere my way mbalo alubu safazi were di piri alani yo dileni ye so arenda dia yonda dingona grupu di ani paparuma grupu niko me are yini grupu ma beto singone beto ade yare are yini mbata da fe so grupu di edo di yisi fipi madura di edo yisi yimasi yo okay ba ma edo di yo dileni ye ima yope imeselie ima leaders be and eyo azman lelu amani voradi are yo lobbying vore era mani kongoloko askuni amavu voradia grupo kongoloko i organize ipi piridini ni eri yo hallelujah menede eyo savings evo ngoni reti village aloria mitu azinsi sanduko yisu nasu so mite dido leader you remember ministry ile senda zichi yo ambo sakoveler bakaki ye beto afadidi madri isi akwediara bate ka mavele vorani du grupu azimini de ba yongone ama food basket ngwari aruori emunga community alale farmers azi di organize pi ye ni kane do enterprise kane ku ori dilerezo taba turirira taba turnara e kadi ani ne mi yevele anvu ma size mi ani yo mundu tisingoni ba de ki yevele e kareji defi aya mita di ngoni e yo di ba di fupiri ba de lo adi ayo yelo ebo ayo mita di ani mo bazi mazotile ko yozo kin bar mita mine mani tractor fe mavele ba de ni I can tell you vradia engani grupu de suku amanvu ya ba lo iner ya eriduba imadria erimozi azekede azenebeleni de azekatu agumu pidara rerare eri ivore oziala so medine azia mani ngakaka ore amani fokaka di organization amana mo ko ngolo moro kurse e wanti so me don da dakini badi dini me toni ngazinga village alo siko ama village ituri kali to idnazir al me toni ngada siko aya baka vini batra village si grupu da ga baba so emi vele grupu ga de yeti efe grupu da mamudle ba mo binga grupu azibani tozu ba sizo parsesini ba mo tonga ba so that yo azika na animal yo mo ku ita ole tiba yo dini ni ye ta de pi aguna ni mu ne de yo adania era ni mu bandri so amedon da dibele ni yo de yo common ndra amani amadrise zuri ba yongoni ba medo afazi gaga no ba alemani yo dini yo azi development ni mini le ye sendele pikunio style ka tetrole ye ngosi at the end of the day mi bene nga resources le resource ndera mazira ni resendeni so akin radio okay ba ma ya activity azi be jipinga tu eluraka rani ba dinga dremu yo azi de ngoni adi auto beni so aleluma suri mini dini grupu di masita ani yo aparakaruni eko grupu di masita eri azeneretwa asawani azeneretwa sendeni azeneretwa eyo epedi mani do remure grupu di siria mi dole do grupu di sisi bazi di hidrayo emede mini mudale mi sezaka paparundi yemu mini nzulika mi yesende tra paparundi yemu sende di muyibeka aya azide kiringoni benda voti paparundi katele mi na fa ferite ji fe ite te mana ale community waka neresi hallelujah mi dini ownership kaniko bazini afadi duzu afa manero le bazi ma sheyazi ma aleniati kaniko bada da imedo ye ma fazi yesidini rakaka eyo da ler na nga paso kongoloko bada da yaninga ni le te ma ya deniare eyo di munga rekuru bazi di mu yongoni kine ba fe mani sembe parliament ya batemu awo kodeni eyo de mani chanderore ba di mazi idleka teva okudi devleri nivinira eyo yene nzaidi radini erenzoni so maybe manake ni yene alo ma aninga mi vile woman MP okoriko emi bi woman MP ki opera iji okudi eminisia ma ande vinelu MP ruadule emi bi MP opera program de leri yoku kata de senda de fedalere zirani ava aivu city nidi zombo nida ma di okolo nida ezi dale eyo de engoniar so abanda de okudi de ni target e kemi trakilira ese mi sende gaga kanal to yene balo alubo si membership ru emi do emi drifu e kale mbalo malia sende bale fonana ni yoni yo yelu meeting de mbalo malia pale kwalo asko ni mi group az gaga dale diti aziezi even no do daleti e kada fadi yebo mange mu imini sende azi baga emi dri erezo sende ndede edro rayo semi selia emi onvi madrotisi tema ni ma targetiri maveni yo yini choti grupu di ovoni lubani muzu rezo sende do bazore ko e ka grupu di sikirili ka atamu di seko kanitamu drusirisi angoni yani erane nga femani mwido bapi mazotile ko yozo mavelo ko idwe turiri parse dinia mavelo ko idwa turna parse dinia yimu tuelu e yo belene bapi ne lezoro das kunu mini muri afazi ziria bazimitia bande di daladi ye yade so grupu di ke isibo ye register and moku yo ma colleagues leaders pini grupu da ani paparo ma grupu niko e kale drifu grupu di debera emimo askoni di ma votani di vini emi votani ndi e ka a female council ani mimo vini mi voro ba honorable Natalia Piledi koma za mobilization di maria ale irini wadi force person ne fedi achoti so okudi di bazi nitro lezu uni yo bezo e maria e yo di do ye parsi diriaka yebo parsi jirani ario haya ekutama diosia ma yoanzi di emu explain yini kale ma memu yivo ba ma ye yo de din so parsi di maria actually parsi di mani serve kore asi parsi aloni te yoni radini are mesoni rodi ako te organize ka dance debo so parsi di maria sende mani fe minimum re million suni askono kodi di ma members azi turiri members azi di askono yima sende sipi mudri di ka abaturna yima million nati akeji yini sende mani fe listiri parsia re million suni azi di ni ma fe million to as maximum million azia parsia azi mini di na ambo di yini vini immobilize le ambori so alemani yo dini mina area kanisa madleru normally man sende diziria mailu si one parcel ade traworo molo ba katakista kanikuba maskiti edi mai traworo ma elders traworo ma yo di okwa maveledi ba me support ki ma aki adero ndrema zero ama vini leaders ruidozo elu sisiri councillors ngoni normally amamu badi di betuelu so me dedele kana zingapi NGO ya mengwan di amavile aye teman yo borle aye ya dini ya kuni mokumani yo yini di ane paparu ma grupu ne kuma yo yini di mi grupu ni emere zesteri bo agutiri ni mu emevodia emia ir karibu so ma intention di grupu de kaki paso strong tamu dedere alelo dini mezere grupu de ki sizu mbamba grupu de kakitando isibwane azin safa wala desi ametondra yo azi ndone do ye kaneko dale so our fales feministaro okuvura adebo amedo sadsi organize anzi bodaro kaneko yufuru dibe amedo vina chindere bo askuna mani leri baka bo organizera baka kuiba padrera ngere ka besela yo baka zinga embata mani fe yini bangazi afa mani fe yini gadi ovonite memu i my life ozadi ne kubati yo embata arure ni bele ne embata fe de mi subayi ongolomoro so boda pia medobo amavini ya sidide yi piera
yes wonderful 0782423127 is the number you can call on Yes, and talk to Honorable Paparu Lilian. Yes, she's the woman member of Parliament, Arua District, and she has here more so to give us a highlight on have a number of issues. We started with the teachers' issues. We came to the issue of the committee which moved around, and the success story we have had. I think there are some schools which are already eating big. Yes, and the first call online, access. Yes, Kato, your contribution.
Yes, my contribution is connected to this madam.
She's listening, you can continue.
Yeah, she has spoken like a leader. You know, in Uganda, there are very few leaders who can do like the way she has done.
Okay.
I'm just praying for her, and then I really enjoy her speech.
Okay.
You know, most of our leaders in Uganda, they work from their stomach. But for her speech, exactly, you can really know that she's there because of people. May she continue helping and inspiring the local people of our caliber. I'm proud of her, even though she's not in my constituency, but I'm really enjoying what she has spoken.
Thank you so much, Kato.
She will continue doing it, and may God bless him and bless Brother Norman who opened my school.
Thank you so much, Kato. Access. Muke Ngonia. Dia. Adi? Anguyo Muni. Yes, Anguyo the teacher?
No.
Oh, okay. Continue. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My line, somebody has touched my network, but 0782 423127 is the number you can call on and be part of this. Yes, sorry about that you have gone off because of the issue of the network. Yes, just somebody touched on my network, but now I assure you that it is back and it is very clear. Yes. Yes, reduce on the volume of the radio. Muke Ngonia. Roa denga zungwa. Musa imudule. Okay. Aya wadifo. Okay, access.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. Ruadi? Martin Agotre. Wadifo Martin. Okay, access. Hello. Yes. Yes, Anguyo Mudule. Okay.
So the time I declared about my 3 kids, they are learning, because my kids is angry to the other kids are doing the other things, just a good as school. But I got you the name, that was that now for I'm okay with the learning as any boy child, as any vulnerable na zile zinazoandikira
Okay.
terms of education na tatu na bidura kutumadisha na kake ndio ndio na hawa before.
Yes, award for Anguyo access. Hello.
Nani
Mukengonia.
mwa
Dia.
Masu mjanga zile ndio ya James.
Asio James Logre. Aya imudrile.
Ma awasasa ma honorable Ndiga tena mali wala kwa buradi ndio wale. Na wasasa ndio mbwa ndio ya ndio ndio da mamiri ndio.
Okay.
Ya hali na wasasa ndio da ndio.
Aya wadifo. Okay. Hello. Hello. Yes.
Mbona
Mukengonia.
mtaka ni ya.
Meyonja dibe.
Ndio ndo ala kudo tangazo arifwa ala ndio bala sasa ndo mtu tu ni honorable na sana sala mtiro ya bala tu.
Okay.
Ma tu akan kata tu ele tinggal siangnya, cuma dia bawa awang berapa school itu bagian orang bukan sekolah itu bagian orang baru baru tambah dia bagian berapa tidak baru dia ini. So ada aku dah bicara dong. Ama yang berapa seperti kami dah sudah tuju terkena awal dia. So aman ya mudah tapi dia dia bukan sekolah lepas dia baru baru baru. Dan dia tak dan waktu itu ada dan dia ini. Kalau mana tu tak ada masalah teraya. Kemudian dia itu berarti sebenarnya apa? Lebih lekor, aman tu dia tu, aman dia tu jika, orang jika terasa negara tu negara yang itu baru awal tu macam mana aja, macam mana dia tak tidak mahu terasa.
Wadifo access. Yes. Mukengonia. Adi? Sunday. Yes, Sunday mudule.
MP ni Arua City Arua district MP dibane eyadanga prare Paparu'S. Mama na sofa ile 2016 mwa mabele dika.
Okay.
Dika kasi zonde na ndio zikinyelo. Ile zonde kaka hiyo zote MP disi. Kama penda bora mapele dika ni ma.
Wadifo Sunday. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Muzee? Yes. Emudule. Aya wadifo. Okay, last caller for this session. Mukengonia. Olodre. Okay. Yes, wonderful. Yes, I know most of the calls were for thanking and so on. But yes, we have 10 minutes remaining. You can use these 10 minutes to answer those and also supplement where they had supplementation. Yes, those of you who may have still had burning issues, you send them through the messages on 782-423127 so that they can be answered in the due course. Yes.
Award 4 ba simwe bapi radini award 4 vini ba yo weremani nze kani kwazi weremani yedi appreciate ipi radi ale di do mbapi tesimwe bapi ngapi ewotaresi eri yo adani mbaba upgrade ipi boreki peresarisi government ichoninga ya buzobu grade ini sasa azu aleniar malia ku eyo belenteman yozu teachers bilia eyo ban yozu embaba woro ma a degree beri stage di real man yo emini ini eyo dadare members of parliament committee da veledi gasi askonekini agu lepi mupi degree ere mamu level azidi ma angati eyo eriri amani ndazi badi matieri e kadile mbaba woro ndedi mamu degree ere yi muskulu ndere la dania arskone mbaba di fopi body yedale sasa anzipie yi madre responsibility iti yedala anzi mafizi yofe so mini di yozo ile ma a degree bere eto nga fe mamu skulu la dani kan ko yedescended ofe niraya ani sadadai bonvini nge yiku tale mani yo dini afa yozo degree ma a compulsory dari dekani gametenderi yo alu embaba upgrade dipi body ya buzobu woro scale yina azo aleniar maalia eri embaba gamete ni dubo sadisi kan ko efopi bo tro gamete dubo kan ku duko askuni ko sididi ndra badi di mu alenia gamete vele institutions de maalia kan ko framework education vele maalia ba fopi body etekini mo fe di badi di bande di mala di skulu pirini tema avini master ko especially fopi body askuni yo ale mu skulu ara yo are ovuni anzi yo man boru police case ni bani yo mi mu compulsory dini ko so teman yo bor le teachers bill de reti teachers bill nder bakate e improve mu kera e retenga ni salary agu ka certificate mesu level dia diploma be mesu level dia agu ifopi be register pi bore le ba ma buzo bere ba ma bere maskelire be roto bill nder dinga bangazi ngari drinia ma maru leader wengazo west nile ya diare ma yo teman yo diade e pusira alenia Alex te engapi kole mekipi arrivoir yo zipi anguru primary vle mabati madrere anire e kandra abodu dasi emupi mabati da dupi endere manda dasi diayo askuni asiandra waraga opie moi yozo bate mabati fe mavile community school azidi ini asiandra dasi school ki towia ni kanisa zandra olini maduduzurani kiri tebe fandra bati Tere Hills community school ni anguru community school ni ajia SS ni askuna ajia SS ada fa jo basi enda babanda denga ko deni sei kanisa engazo la zebwa danda bati bane Ferrari oduda se yo danda baguri ayo anda ngoni ayo anda ni mini choti ka abide dini elo bati di banga duba jingwa skulu da malia so a GSS vile batiri de baki joni madribo anira me bia a dritere anguru primary ada debe bata di yeya bate biriki be community te biriki be bakate tro abc odresity ba ni mujodi madriba te minga tima bera te man yo borle aga didi wiki to wi aziani me tursi skulu da malia da jo bavele do drisera dai hi madri currently woro batisi te structures da do bati duni badi ni ngayo te batida ale mina swearens fe batida eri intact abikata de foda andruani drusi kane kwa andronderse ba batinderi jira anira agreement da anda timu de mu andere be tuelu askoni bana anda nerse environment dar banda batida du baji bangwar so driterenda acting roda eri well aware ni batida madre yo kilili so awadi for mini yo dizirisi ma itabe yo manon vidi kamia za koramuke kamia za koku mitovininga yo ndedi lumabe dika yo astebele mantezo yo nzezu dunia korere side lobbying yari eri wereri eri side da teban yo borle anire yo azidi adi tedi tuni awadi for ni ale divini yoba me kolupi kan ku calls me kipi de ngapi district azidi adini ama azia mani nga sende were kan mini surisia ngoni ani didiri balu aluma manifesto ndati dale ndundu ma itabe ma gipi dadai idovin dale yo ye tovoni dido dile yo mani yeri ko askuni mavudi anda mani sima manifestuari mana ni mavile bavuradi vile yo osokoru ringoniari yo tele ba mas kwazani rirari ringoniari nezuri so bazidi so dale yo ndu kani kwazindu ni inga ovuni di exactly mani ngar leku tale yo dini bavuradi ni kani kuba West Nile yadi dini ama bande mi no pedi yo amani yedi kadri fuku emi mwamvama elu amani diritete dini bo bate ye kiriko disi diritete dini bo agumanga di mu eri ni kuka awadi fo ndundu emi bafa epidi awadi fo emi ni saru yo were mani ye kaniku mani nzedi adi appreciate le rarisi temani yo borle bovu simwe bapi ngapi ozwada mobilization di ba ye yere ndramani yorle emi si grupu de mini yo mani mu yeri ma leaderu eri ma responsibility ni yozu community mavler letete na betwe yo ye dini raba da bele ni giriko bana azu leaderu re so ayo de bele ni mini bo lete ba metiba emi boda ro yo emini ye wood kuru kane ko Uganda sesa sepire emi anjite ye pio drapi malaria sidi emi anjida dai medrepa okute ye drapi alia mvaber sensi ni tetraro sensi ni mudri boda ni lujini normal ama politicians ro alemu emi amaji oye ayo ndaba ama vele voradi ni politics ando samani move so fizo aleni ari ovone oye ni ko ovone vini politics enzo vele iko ba mazimile ama mano officier yo amane yer amate dido officier amange mu mini nzoni li adikotisi aka yeko aka yera emivina ni yo adia yedwara so esimi ba yeni rirwe ya zasiko te yo lerle bazidi lokune to malera kaka mani ra grupo ku yivu de dozur bazidi kini yo dingani yeku te mani yo borle kini Paparu'S sende de training ga mun campaign ye adu te sadisi yo de fi amadera bani ti chizure ere mokaga bana azu gaga ndondore bani vina azu tueluri era ma leaders rudini fe emiti grupu azibe ya ongoro mu azibe ya bazi topi baza copy di beani erani e wakokoro eyo vene bani be chizo di malia eyo bani mu daro ovun luba mu sende badi niko mani ra yo emini borle like NGO azidia ma susad seibo emi grupu aze wara ne malia badi di do mu yemene mbata fe eyo ngere vele trizu baka tenda ya grupu di malia ku batenda ye yo di su style ngosi andale divine mani yo ama ba voradi ro grupu di ba makulu ba yo ye ba pini bana ale politician reko mi azidi ni yo ongolu mu sizuru madre asinsa ata gamara mi azidi ni bate grupu di mu promoting oni rare agamara so mi zerani ada kaniko parimini ngazoria yo de lady ka atiani ba meti tituelu azidi balo etone nganeko so bazi yotedia kini ngazo muni yangu yo kini yo eli di bakariswe dia agupiru mba yo terimbar dupinire bambu adanse mi onvemani yo di chotibo eli di bani yo di tedi eli munduti se productive age kaniko eli mini di mi ruwa yozo mi dripie woro mini yo moke yazore echate de bele na leni abo tale yo dini amavele suru amavelere yo anda bani dozo zozo aleni akalsa maria di fendra space emi agupiru dini adanse angere to mante yo bore emivu category da malia yo waru yo dini yo te ale yo dini ako kwi supporti da either mienri kan ku mienvi kan ku mi vlokuri kan ku mi anti kan ku mi di andama anziru di nyaka ku denir mi belene nya ba to widivu either mi envi vila ku mi enri vila ku mi okone vila ku mi anti vila ku kan ku mi di vila ku so mo kuma ni oba pini ako kuidu akudi malia mada kueti aya tevin man yo borle yo didiri betoni yo woro yeko e ka vini yo mi yo woro ye yo ndere mi toni vini ngazinsi ye dekura anira yo azimani yeri yo amani drichizo yo skulu piv afa kanisa pivle di mariari yo azimani ye dia rare ere yo yi alare mombo otuza ani raga metene boa holu si ngoni te etoni si pari warwako yi mane pipe se wara didi midri tipi mabedi asidita yi vorapiria kalisudrinina pipe se de so ale emiti tipidi askune moku yo emi material yenda uni mi di ngoni ale community di emine awade fofe yo beleni ba izo tueluri eri yo emini yedidi askune sende mani za hidi madrere ta werere emini emiru fezo emini atizo yo de ba ma yetueluri then yo astemani yo diare ba zidi schools cha di mudrini riane the money teacher houses ma batini zezo ma iri te emi abinirisi emimba wonerinda yo belene mani ozu tuelu ama oporo de adule me chote viniko so afa were bani tozu driti zu tuelu wani yeri ayo inire school azidi mali ata teacher house azidi bo silu chane mba loko askone emevo brikiti emi brikiti di odro mba we meze ma batini fe Johnny yoto so ale mini award for fesaro ale vini bavura de mini award for support mini fe manersi slogan ama vele retuelo ama oporo amedo beledi ama yemu ye muzu drile.
Thank you so much. And the listener, we have only 2 minutes remaining to the top of the hour. And at the top of the hour, the pastors are already in the queue, waiting. They have to give us a word of God. From me to you, I say thank you so much for tuning in. In our today's topic, in our today's education forum, we had the woman member of parliament, Arua district, who doubles as the one of the people who sit on education committee at the parliament level. And she has talked to you a number of issues. Though when you had the phone calls, you had to even tackle those other issues which have not been tackled. And we said that an empowered community may not embrace education. So that he has tackled a number of issues there. From me to you, I say thank you so much. Let's meet next Saturday, same time, same program, different guests. My name is Muigwe. Have a blessed evening. Okay. Thank you so much.